On June 9, 2020, police searched a rural Idaho backyard. The cadaver dog stopped near the fence line. They found two sets of remains, both children, both buried since September. Their mother had been in Hawaii.
In November 2019, a 7-year-old boy named JJ Vallow stopped showing up anywhere. His grandparents called a welfare check. Police knocked on the door. His mother, Lori Vallow, answered. She said JJ was fine. He was staying with a friend in Arizona. 2 weeks later, she and her new husband moved to Hawaii. She didn't tell anyone. She left no forwarding address. JJ was 7 years old. He had autism. He had never spent a single night away from his family. His sister Tylee was 16. She was described by everyone who knew her as the person who lit up a room. Both children were gone. Their mother told police they were fine. The police believed her and left. Here is the thing I cannot get past. By the time police knocked on that door, both children had been dead for 2 months. She stood in the doorway and told them her son was fine. She knew exactly where he was. She put him there. This is the story of Lori Vallow. And the question I keep asking is not what she did. It's how she got there. Lori Cox grew up in Arizona. She was energetic, social. She became a fitness instructor. She ran half marathons. She was active in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. She taught Sunday school. She homeschooled her children. She had been married before, multiple times. Her fourth husband was Charles Vallow. He was devoted to her. He adopted JJ. In 2018, Charles noticed Lori changing. She became obsessed with religious ideas he didn't recognize. She told him she had visions. She told him she was a translated being, a god, that she had lived on other planets, that she had been sent here with a mission. Charles was alarmed enough to file for divorce. In January 2019, he told a life insurance company, "If anything happens to me, investigate Lori." In July 2019, Charles came to Lori's house in Arizona to pick up JJ. Her brother Alex Cox was there. Alex shot Charles Vallow twice. Charles died on the kitchen floor. Alex told police it was self-defense. Lori was not charged. Alex was not charged. The investigation was still open when both of them left Arizona. Now I need to tell you about Chad Daybell. Because without Chad Daybell, none of this makes sense. And even with him, it barely does. Chad Daybell was a Mormon author from rural Idaho. He wrote novels about the apocalypse. He claimed to receive visions directly from God. He taught a belief system. Every person has a spiritual light rating. When it drops low enough, demons enter. The person becomes what he called a zombie. Lori met Chad at a religious conference in 2018. Within weeks, they were exchanging hundreds of messages a day. Chad had a wife, Chad Daybell. She had no idea any of this was happening. According to people close to Lori and Chad, they had assigned spiritual ratings to everyone in their lives. Most of their family had gone dark. Charles Vallow, dark. Chad Daybell, dark. JJ Vallow, dark. Tylee Ryan, dark. When someone went dark, they believed killing them would free the person's soul. It was framed as mercy, as salvation. I want to stay here for a moment, because this is the part that requires something from you as a viewer. At some point, Lori Vallow looked at her 7-year-old son and decided he was a demon wearing her child's body. She didn't snap. She didn't break. She made a decision. Slowly, over months, with someone she trusted guiding her there. In September 2019, Tylee and JJ were last seen alive at Yellowstone National Park. A family photo was taken. They were smiling. That was September 8, 2019. It was the last confirmed photograph of Tylee Ryan alive. 3 days later, something happened at Chad Daybell's property in rural Idaho. Neighbors noticed a fire in the backyard. On October 19, 2019, Chad Daybell died in her sleep. She was 49. Her doctor ruled it natural causes. Tammy had no history of heart problems. She had spoken to her daughter that same evening. She seemed completely fine. Chad Daybell buried his wife. Then, 17 days later, he married Lori Vallow in Hawaii. 17 days. His wife of 29 years died. 17 days later, he was married to someone else. Meanwhile, JJ's grandparents in Louisiana couldn't reach him. They called. They texted. Nothing. They requested a welfare check. Police went to Lori's Idaho house. She said JJ was in Arizona with a friend. She gave them a name. The name was fake. Police left. Lori packed and moved to Hawaii. She stopped answering calls from anyone who might ask about the children. Rexburg police began a formal missing children investigation. They issued a statement. They flew to Hawaii. They found Lori and Chad on a beach in Kauai. She was in a bikini. She was relaxed. She seemed genuinely unbothered. When reporters found her, she said this on camera. "I'm sorry, I don't have anything to say." She was smiling when she said it. In February 2020, Lori Vallow was arrested in Hawaii on charges of child abandonment. She was held on $500,000 bail. She sat in her bail hearing and said nothing. Her attorney said she looked forward to clearing her name. In June 2020, police obtained a search warrant for Chad Daybell's property. They came with cadaver dogs. In the backyard, in a section that had been used as a pet cemetery, they found 2 sets of human remains. JJ Vallow, age 7, found in a white plastic bag, bound and wrapped. Tylee Ryan, age 16. The remains had been burned and dismembered. She had been in the ground since September. The fire the neighbors noticed in September. That was Tylee. Chad Daybell was arrested the same day. He stood in his backyard as officers led him away. He looked at the ground. Alex Cox, Lori's brother, the man who shot Charles Vallow, had died in December 2019. Blood clots, the coroner said. He died before he could be charged. Tammy Daybell's body was exhumed. Toxicology found evidence consistent with poisoning. Natural causes was reclassified as homicide. 3 deaths. Charles, Tammy, 2 children. Every single one of them had been designated dark. When Lori was formally charged with murder, her legal team argued she was not competent to stand trial. For over a year, she sat in a psychiatric facility in Idaho. The court-appointed doctors disagreed about whether she understood the charges. She was declared competent in April 2022. By then, she had been in custody for 2 years. She had not shown any public remorse. At trial, the prosecution laid out the belief system in detail. Witnesses testified about the Zombie Doctrine, about light ratings, about Lori reading off scores for each family member. One witness described Lori saying JJ's light score had dropped to 2, the lowest possible, almost dark. JJ was 7 years old. He had autism. He could not defend himself, could not understand what was being decided about him. Tylee had been with her mother for her entire life. She had no reason to believe her mother would harm her. The prosecution asked a simple question: what mother drives her child to a property, allows her child to be killed, and then goes to Hawaii? The defense argued she was manipulated by Chad, that his belief system consumed her, that she was a victim too. I don't know what to do with that argument, because she was the one who ran the numbers. She was the one who assigned the ratings. Chad didn't invent this alone. On May 12, 2023, the jury returned after 6 hours. Guilty on all counts. First-degree murder of JJ Vallow. First-degree murder of Tylee Ryan. Conspiracy to murder Tammy Daybell. She received 3 consecutive life sentences. She will never leave prison. When the verdict was read, Lori Vallow showed no visible reaction. She sat perfectly still. Chad Daybell went to trial separately in 2024. He was convicted of all 3 murders. The jury recommended the death penalty. Chad Daybell is currently on death row in Idaho. He has not publicly explained the belief system he taught. He has said very little. There is something I keep returning to. In that last Yellowstone photograph, the last one taken before the children died, JJ is smiling. He had no idea. He trusted his mother completely. He had never had a reason not to. Tylee was 16. She had her whole life organized around what came next: college, travel, growing up. The question that stays with me is not how someone kills. It's how someone decides to. step by step, over months. Lori Vallow did not snap. She planned. She lied to police twice. She moved states. She went to Hawaii and lay on a beach. Whatever she believed, whatever Chad had taught her, it gave her enough certainty to do all of that. Certainty is the most dangerous thing in the world. Not anger, not hatred. Certainty. JJ Vallow, Tylee Ryan, Chad Daybell. 3 people who were loved by others, who had people who called for them, who noticed they were gone. JJ's grandparents noticed. They made the call. Without them, no one might have known for much longer. Lori Vallow is serving 3 consecutive life sentences in Idaho. She is in her early 50s. She will die in prison. She has still not explained why. Not in court. Not in any statement. The belief system she followed gave her a reason. She has never shared it with the rest of us. Lori Vallow, Rexburg, Idaho, 2019. 2 children are gone. 1 man is on death row. 1 woman will never leave prison. And the question of how a mother gets there, that one doesn't have an answer yet.